I love that movie. It's great what SAS was able to do with you and give you a really smart role to play opposite one of the great actresses of all time.
Yeah, she is definitely smart to tell Juliette Binoche. Well said.
So, no, but that must have also been a terrifying experience too, to really put yourself on the line like that and win a Caesar for it.
The, Thank you. The weird thing about that movie is it is so not flashy. Like most people win awards for playing historical figures and shaving their head because they're very sick or something. I was really surprised by that. It definitely speaks to sort of a French sensibility. I was really supporting a more her performance is incredible, and the way she's processing time in her life and the way her perspective has changed and therefore her identity, how she fits into the world, and then somebody so much younger being so aware of this person and so sensitive to it, but kind of like, and also the person really bolstering all of her confidence, but so easily kind of swept to the sidelines because she's not who matters, and that's fine with her, but I felt it was very interesting that it got so much attention because I'm from America and I didn't go crazy and turn into a totally different person. Yeah, that relationship in that movie, like the tenderness between those women, so specific. No way to describe it other than it just kind of came out of him because he has worked around so many actresses and he loves them. Such a nice way to consider them and what it takes to give like that, and yeah, like the sort of deficits that it creates, but then also the sort of self-inflated sense of importance, and then how you deal with that as you get older, like, ouch, but also so beautiful and lucky, and yeah, I also love that movie, and I really love her, and that was really fun.
So is that a case where you had a fully fleshed script that you followed word by word, or did you do a lot of rehearsals and work through changes with Binoche in the rehearsal process?
It's completely scripted. We did not rehearse. I was at a stage in my life at that point where I wasn't really learning lines very kind of much. I would kind of like read the scene in the morning and I was kind of allowed to, especially like in a colloquial sense, just be very, very foreign to her. And Olivier is very, very French, and he wrote the script, and so I guess the one way I could fill in the blanks is make it lived in a way that didn't feel like a translation. But the words and the intent and the scene shapes, all of them were so well and precisely crafted before we got there.
And you also got rave reviews across the board, and that must have felt good. Yeah, because I was looking at some of your reviews, and I was recognizing that there was an anti-Twilight bias going on there for a while.
Who knows why? Let's talk about it.
So the Runaways. So that, again, you took a flyer. You took a chance that working with Floria Sigismondi would work out, and it was a great role for you. That was a more rough and tumble experience.
That was a blast. Joan was on set every single day, and yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes it's cool to have the person who was there tell the story, and sometimes it's really interesting to not have the person there and have it be a completely other way into, or just have the life be an inspiration. This was like kind of her opportunity to go back in time and yeah, just kind of get back inside it. I never heard of the Runaways before I did that movie. I knew Joan Jett, I knew like Bad Reputation, and I was like, revered her. I thought she was hot as fuck, but definitely didn't know where she came from. And I was so stoked to delve into that and kind of show through this movie why she was the way she was and how hard it was to become herself, because she may be like that strong, she may be the person that we know now, but like it wasn't easy when she was 13, 14, 15, blah, blah.
And the music, you had to do the music, and she's like watching you on set?
Yes. The first time we rehearsed Cherry Bomb, I had some kind of, weird spiral. And then she had a weird spiral. She's very sensitive, just very, very tender. And so am I. And so I was like, wait, no, it's gonna be fine. Like, I'm sorry, I just like can't commit to a rehearsal. It's weird, like once the time comes, I'll do it. And she doesn't make movies and doesn't know my process. And so she was like, I don't know, we had this like weird fight where we ended up being like, I got you. And she's like, I got you. And I was like, just wait till we start shooting. This is it must be so fucking weird to watch yourself or watch some person that you may be friends with try and pay credence to something that is the most important, like your conception. It was a very strange moment, and we got over it.
When was your first trip to Cannes?
I think with On the Road, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
That's right, On the Road. I remember that. And then you were on the jury in 2018 with Cate Blanchett and Ava DuVernay, and you had to come up with fabulous outfits every day.
Yeah, that was all me.
Which is a special skill,
Yeah.
which you're good at. But you also made a statement, like walking up the red carpet for Black Klansmen with bare feet in the rain. What was that about?
My feet hurt.
So what are your rules for when to wear flats and when to go with the spike heels? Was there some kind of, they were forbidding women to wear flats at Cannes.
I think for a time the rules were super rigid in an archaic and ridiculous way, and then they kind of like were starting to relax, but they were still holding on to certain things like shoes. At that moment, it wasn't like a conscious thing. I did have another experience. The shoe thing kind of like, I got to own this like statement that I didn't try to make.
I have it right here.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, totally, freedom. But I had this moment going into like an after party after the closing ceremony. And I was wearing a skirt, and I looked like I had, it was not a casual look, but I was wearing flat shoes. And I like was about to go into this party, and this guy was like, no, lady, no. And I started just like looking around at everyone, and I just started like I just started grabbing guys by the shoulders and going, really? So he can come in? Okay, you go in ahead of me. And then like Thierry, who ran the festival, came up and was like, shut the fuck up, just go inside. And I was like, well, honestly, this is crazy. And he's like, I know, we're changing it, but I was just an inadvertent, uncomfortable lady. And
we've all been there at Cannes.
Yeah.
I got turned away once.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to intro clips from Still Alice and Personal Shopper.
Cool.